Welcome to our deep dive on dual citizenship and whether the U.S. passport is worth the global tax burden. First, we will set the stage with the key trade-offs: security and rights versus permanent compliance. Next, we will explore how the tax and reporting rules actually work for green card holders compared with citizens. Then, we will highlight the pivotal difference that appears once you move abroad. Finally, we will provide a practical checklist, examples, and a quiz to test your understanding before you make a big decision. Here is today's agenda. First, the big picture: what you gain and what you owe. Next, we compare obligations while living in the United States as a green card holder versus a naturalized citizen. Then, we pivot to the crucial case of living abroad, where filing requirements become permanent. After that, we examine banking frictions caused by FATCA. Moving on, we outline expatriation, including costs and tax preparation. Then, we offer a practical checklist and decision flow. Finally, we test your understanding with a short quiz. Before we proceed, a quick disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only and is not legal, tax, or financial advice. You should consult qualified professionals in your jurisdiction because rules, thresholds, treaties, and fees change. Additionally, your facts will materially affect outcomes. At a high level, U.S. citizenship delivers valuable rights, including the right to vote, eligibility for certain federal positions, and security against loss of residency. Meanwhile, while you live in the United States, a green card holder is taxed nearly identically to a citizen. Worldwide income, foreign account reporting, and complex compliance already apply. However, the moment you move abroad, a critical difference emerges. The United States enforces citizenship-based taxation, which means ongoing annual filing regardless of residence. Although the Foreign Earned Income Exclusion and foreign tax credits often reduce or eliminate additional U.S. income tax, the filing and reporting burden remains. Finally, there is an exit option through expatriation, but it is costly, complex, and final. Let's start with the upside. First, citizenship provides guaranteed residence security. Unlike a green card, it cannot be revoked for ordinary reasons. Next, you gain the right to vote in federal elections and eligibility for some federal employment and assistance programs. Additionally, a U.S. passport may offer travel flexibility and consular assistance abroad. Overall, many people value the peace of mind citizenship provides compared with a status that can be lost. Now let's clarify a common misconception. While you live in the United States as a green card holder, you are already taxed the same way as a citizen. That means worldwide income must be reported, and FBAR and FATCA disclosures apply if you meet the thresholds. Therefore, naturalizing generally does not increase your U.S. tax burden while you remain in the United States. This table compares obligations by status. While living in the United States, both green card holders and citizens report worldwide income and may need FBAR and FATCA. If a green card holder later moves abroad and relinquishes the green card, U.S. filing usually ends. If they keep it, the filing continues. By contrast, a citizen who moves abroad must file annually regardless, although exclusions and credits may reduce or eliminate additional U.S. income tax. This flowchart illustrates the key decision points. First, if you plan to remain in the United States, your tax treatment as a citizen is largely the same as it was with a green card, including worldwide income and potential FBAR and FATCA reporting. Next, if you anticipate moving abroad, citizenship-based taxation means you must file annually, regardless of residence. From there, you may rely on the Foreign Earned Income Exclusion or foreign tax credits to reduce additional U.S. tax due. However, you will likely face FATCA-related banking friction. Finally, if the burden proves excessive, expatriation becomes a potential endpoint, but it is costly and final. The overarching decision is to weigh the security and rights of citizenship against permanent global compliance. When you live abroad as a U.S. citizen, you are still required to file annual U.S. returns. You can often reduce or eliminate additional U.S. income tax by using the Foreign Earned Income Exclusion or foreign tax credits. However, the paperwork is complex, deadlines are strict, and penalties can be severe. Additionally, Certain state tax obligations may continue depending on your domicile and connections. Self-employment and payroll taxes may still apply in some circumstances, so planning ahead is essential. Next, consider FATCA-driven banking frictions. Many financial institutions in the United Kingdom and across Europe decline U.S. citizen clients to avoid compliance risk. Investment accounts and pensions are frequently restricted or closed. The administrative burden can include frequent questionnaires, document requests, and account closures. As a result, your flexibility for retirement planning and investing abroad can be significantly limited. Let's compare the pros and cons. On the positive side, U.S. citizenship delivers permanent residence security, voting rights, access to certain federal opportunities, and consular assistance overseas. These benefits can provide meaningful peace of mind and identity value. On the negative side, citizenship imposes a permanent filing obligation worldwide, often coupled with FATCA-based banking restrictions, compliance costs, and stress. If you later choose to exit, expatriation is costly and final. The decision requires balancing personal security and opportunity against ongoing administrative and financial burdens. Here is a step-by-step checklist. First, forecast your likely residence over the next 5 to 10 years. Second, map your income sources and which countries tax them. Third, estimate the annual U.S. compliance cost if you live abroad. Fourth, speak with foreign banks or advisors to understand account access as a U.S. person. Fifth, evaluate how applicable treaties, the Foreign Earned Income Exclusion, and foreign tax credits would interact in your case. Sixth, stress test scenarios, including job changes, self-employment, and pension participation abroad. Seventh, if you might consider expatriation in the future, educate yourself on its rules, fees, and timing well in advance. Quiz time. The question is, while living in the United States as a green card holder, how does your U.S. tax treatment compare to a citizen's? Option A. It is lighter. You report only U.S. income. Option B. It is identical. You report worldwide income and may have FBAR and FATCA obligations. Option C. It is heavier than a citizen's. Option D. You do not have to file at all. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is B. While living in the United States, green card holders are taxed like citizens. Both must report worldwide income and may have FBAR and FATCA obligations. This timeline outlines a typical expatriation pathway. First, assess your burden and long-term intent. Next, complete pre-expatriation tax preparation, including catching up on any missing filings. Then, schedule a consular appointment and prepare to pay the required fee, which currently exceeds $2,300 per person. After that, attend the renunciation appointment and take the oath. Following the appointment, complete final U.S. tax filings, including any dual status considerations, and Form 8854 if applicable. Finally, address post-expatriation matters, such as banking, immigration status elsewhere, and estate planning updates. Now, let's detail the costs and consequences. The renunciation fee currently exceeds $2,300 per person. Professional tax preparation and advisory costs are frequently significant. Depending on wealth or filing history, an exit tax may apply. Final U.S. filings and Form 8854 are often required. The decision is irreversible and can materially affect your future mobility, estate planning, and financial arrangements. Second quiz question. Which situation triggers a mandatory annual U.S. tax filing even if you owe no additional U.S. income tax? Option A. You are a U.S. citizen living in the United Kingdom with only UK salary income. Option B. You are a non-resident alien with no U.S. source income. Option C. You are a former green card holder who surrendered the card and has no U.S. income. Option D. You are a tourist on a short visit to the United States. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is A. Under citizenship-based taxation, U.S. citizens must file annually, regardless of where they live. While the Foreign Earned Income Exclusion or foreign tax credits may eliminate additional U.S. tax owed, the filing obligation persists. These are the key takeaways. While you live in the United States, Green card and citizen tax treatment is essentially the same. The major difference appears if you relocate abroad, where annual U.S. filing persists. The Foreign Earned Income Exclusion and credits may reduce additional tax, but complexity remains. FATCA can limit banking and investment access in the United Kingdom and Europe. Expatriation can end the obligations, but it is costly, complex, and final. In summary, if you plan to live in the United States long-term, naturalization can add security with little additional tax burden compared to your current situation. Conversely, if you may live abroad, you should expect permanent U.S. filing, possible banking friction, and increased compliance costs. Balance the rights and identity value of citizenship against global paperwork risk and potential future exit costs. As always, consult qualified professionals to tailor this decision to your country, income mix, and timeline. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you clarify the trade-offs, please like the video, share it with someone facing a similar decision, and subscribe for more cross-border guidance. Tell us in the comments whether you plan to stay, go, or are still deciding, and which concern matters most to you.